pastor and the angel of this house, Bishop Robert Manley, and to his wife, Elect Lady Manley, and to the whole household of Christ. The title of our inquiry on tonight is Watching Over the Seed, and I'm in Matthew 13. We actually sent over one verse, and that is verse number 23. You remember Matthew 13, that's the sower of the seeds. And this sower went out and he sowed seeds on several different soils. And this last soil, the soil in verse number 23, is the soil that we want to talk about, because I believe that we are all good ground. And it says, but he that received seed into the good ground is he that heareth the word, and understandeth it, which also beareth fruit, and bringeth forth some 100-fold, some 60, and some 30. And so we know that if we are good ground, and if we have found ourselves in the sanctuary, in a church that is good ground, and the seed is being sown in our hearts, we know that for each of us, there is a particular seed, a particular calling, a particular promise that God has given unto us. And we are to watch over that seed. But you know as well as I do, seeds take time to grow. And sometimes the seed is growing and we can't see it. It's deep in the earth and we can't see it. There's nothing happening. We can't see it. And though we want to believe, though we want to understand, though we want to say that we have faith that God is going to do what he has said that he is going to do, we all know that there are times when we say, Lord, if you don't hurry up. Lord, did I hear right? Maybe I didn't hear right. Maybe it's been a long time and you said you were going to do this, but I haven't seen anything. But it's a seed, and it's down on the inside the earth, inside of us, inside of God's mind, which is not our mind nor even close to what we can think. And God knows how that seed has to germinate. But sometimes it looks like it's not going to happen. Circumstances are telling you it's not going to happen. You're not going to get there. You're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to accomplish that. That it's a nice thought that you had. And maybe it was just your thought. God didn't really give you that. You see, because if the devil can convince you that what God has told you isn't real, if he can convince you to give up before time, if he can convince you to stop watering that seed, you know, you have plants at the house. You know what happens when you don't water those plants. You know how it shrivels up. You know how it can't produce anymore because you haven't watered it. If the devil can get you not to water the seed, if he can get you to say it's not going to happen, you know, I'm reminded of a woman in 2 Samuel, the 21st chapter. She's a concubine. She was Saul's concubine. She had 2 sons, and they were killed, hanged on a tree. This woman, for several months, it might have been as much as 6 months, and I want you to picture this in your mind, the tenacity that this woman had. And I want you to think about the tenacity that you have to keep within you as you wait for the manifestation of what God has promised. This woman, by day, fought off the birds over her dead sons' bodies, 2 of them. By night, she fought the beast day in and day out. Not for just 2 days, not for just a week. It was for several months. She kept it up. She kept it up. She didn't stop. She didn't call for somebody to come help her. She kept it up. She kept fighting over dead bodies because she did not want the birds and the animals to eat her children, her dead sons. If she had that much tenacity, how much more tenacity do we need to have over the promises that God has given unto us that we have not yet seen manifested? How we labor in believing. Believing is not easy. We don't know that believing is not easy. We have all had areas and times when we had that great belief we can do anything. And then we get knocked down and we wonder why we ever started in the first place. But God allows us to go through these things for a reason. He allows us to see what we are doing for a reason, knowing that He cannot mature us, He cannot build us up if everything went easy. If He told you that this was going to happen, and it's been a month, if He told you that this was going to happen, and it's been 6 months, if He told you that something was going to happen, and it's been 6 years, do you still have the faith to believe? Are you still watering that seed even though it hasn't even manifested any inkling that it's going to happen? Can you hold tenaciously to the promise that God has given unto you? And in your waiting, are you doing all that you are supposed to do to be prepared for when that manifestation occurs? Are you ready? Are you getting ready? Is the seed that is down on the inside of you, that promise, that thought that is growing on the inside of you, that God is using circumstances, good and bad, to bring to fruition that thing that He has promised in you, to bring to you that thing that will ultimately glorify Him all the rest of the days of your life. And yet, today, at this moment, you can't see it. You can't even conceive or touch it. Are you ready? Are you ready? When you begin to see the first little green bud come up out of the ground, I know Sister Montgomery and I were planting a garden. We're city girls, so we didn't know any better. And we saw this little plant come up, and we just thought we had done something. And then we realized we didn't know what in the world was planted right there, and we dug it up. Well, guess what didn't grow? And we can abort what God has promised us by digging it up, by saying, well, it just didn't work, or doing worse, by saying, I can figure this out myself. You've got to watch over your seed. Watch over the promise. Believe day in and day out, whether you see something, an inkling that it's going to happen, or you see absolutely nothing. Whether you see an inkling that it's going to happen, or you see that it is impossible for it to happen. When everything says it is not something that logically can come to pass, and you have what we call a pipe dream, and you might as well go somewhere and sit down and forget about it ever happening for you. And isn't that sad? Isn't it sad that you would have a dream, that you would have a promise, and right when you are getting discouraged is when that promise is going to come to pass? Isn't it sad that the devil would rob you of what God had promised for you right at the instance? If you had just held on, if you had just had that faith for one more day, one more hour, one more second, and it would have manifested. And it doesn't. But God is faithful. I'm so glad God's faithful. Our God is faithful. He knows that there are areas that we are going to fail in. There are promises that He has made to us, and we are going to not quite get there the first time. But how many of you know that God is the God of a second chance, a third chance, a fourth chance, a 57,000th chance? What He has promised you will be manifested, but it's not going to be easy. You're going to fight. Like that woman in 2 Samuel 21, you're going to fight and keep all those things, all that doubt, all that defeat, all that fear. You fight against it day by day, month by month, year by year. You fight against it because you know that God is faithful. He's going to give you that which you desire. He is going to give you that which He has promised unto you. It does not matter when. It matters what you do in the process. It matters your attitude in the process. It matters when you get angry with God and you tell Him, but you said you were going to do it and you haven't done it yet, and I don't understand why you can't do it now. And I'm so glad that God does not get upset when we get mad at him. He is like a good father. He looks at you, and when you get over that, sit down, and he'll either give you an explanation, he'll show you why I can't give it to you now because you're not even ready for it. You haven't done anything to prepare for it. You haven't watched over the seed. You haven't watered the seed. You haven't read what I told you to read. You haven't done what I told you to do. And I'm not going to give it to you just because you have a tantrum. Just because you lay down on the floor, kicking and screaming and crying, and the tears are flowing from. I'm not going to do that. Let your tears water your seed. Let your tears water your promise. Let you feel that disappointment. And then get up and say, I know God is going to do this for me. I know this is going to come to pass. Though I have not seen it, though I don't even feel it, though I want to be healed, but I'm not healed yet. Can you hold on when he said, I will heal you? Can you hold on to that? When he tells you that you're going to have that job, can you hold on to that? When he tells you that you're going to have joy unspeakable, and yet what you are going through right now has no joy in it, will you hold on to that? When all around you is chaos, and he says, I will give you peace, will you hold on to that until it is all manifested unto you? When he has promised you eternal life. You know, we believe that. It's easy for us to believe. We're going to have eternal life. We believe that. In fact, we believe that we have eternal life right now. But guess what? Can you see it? Can you feel it? Has it manifested? There's only one way for it to manifest. And none of us are ready to do that yet. Watch over your seed. No matter whatever promise God has given to you. I know that there are promises in this word that we all can have. But there's a particular promise. There's a particular thing that God has given unto you, you personally, that he has said to you, that has not manifested itself yet. Water your seed. Believe that God will do what he said he would do. And in time, when it manifests itself, because you have brought forth the fruit that he has promised unto you, may you glorify God in the sanctuary. We are so grateful for you all, our streaming audience. We thank God for you, and we hope to see you again next week. God bless. Deacon?